Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Bonjour, comment ça va to all our French-speaking friends, and shout out to all our friends here in Canada, in the Philippines, the Middle East, and all across the world. So today we're going to talk about the topic that my sister suggested, which is living expenses here in Canada. So for anyone who is aspiring to migrate here to Canada, these are the basic things that you need to know in order to start living here in this country. So there are three things that I would like to discuss in this vlog. Number one would be the taxes. Number two would be the monthly bills. And number three would be the medical expenses. So without further ado, let's continue with the discussion. So first up, taxes. So it's no secret that Canada is one of the countries in the world with the highest levels of taxes. As a matter of fact, we have tons of taxes ranging from sales tax, income tax, corporate taxes, excise taxes, wealth taxes, etc., etc. But despite that, the people are generally supportive of this as we are directly benefiting from the government social programs that are brought upon by these taxes, especially right now that Canada is in the midst of a global pandemic. But of course, we will not discuss each type of taxes one by one as I am not that well versed when it comes to taxation, but rather we would discuss the taxes that we ordinary people encounter on a daily basis, such as sales tax and income tax. Sales tax is a form of tax levied on goods and services across Canada, and the tax rate varies according to the province. And in the case of Ontario, the current tax rate for sales tax is at 13%. So say you buy or purchase an item in a grocery and the item costs $6.99, it doesn't mean that you will pay $6.99 exactly, but rather $6.99 plus tax. So that will be around $8 something. So income tax, on the other hand, is a form of tax levied on our salaries. So if you're earning $14 per hour, which is the minimum wage, that translates to an annual income of $30,000. So it will give you a tax rate of 25%. So yeah, around a quarter of your paycheck goes to the taxes. And the higher your income, the higher the taxes as well. Next would be the monthly bills, which covers your rent, your transportation allowances, insurances, internet expenses, loans, banking fees, and of course, food and clothing expenses. So rent depends on the type of unit you are occupying and of course the location. Of course, the bigger the unit you are going to rent and the closer it gets to downtown, the more expensive the rent for apartment and condominiums get. So studio units here typically starts at $1,500 per month, and a two-bedroom unit costs around $2,400 per month and up. Of course, it will be much more expensive if you are living close to downtown or downtown itself. Next would be the Transpo allowance, which in my case, since I don't have a car yet, I have to rely on the public transit system of the city, which is currently managed by TTC, or the Toronto Transit Commission. They are the ones who are running the city's subways and bus systems. And the current fare is at $3.25 one way. And if you are commuting on a daily basis, it is highly recommended for you to purchase either the monthly pass, which costs $156 per month, or the annual pass, which costs $144 per month. In my case, I am using the annual pass as it allows me to save up to $50 per month on fares, which is a very, very, very good deal for me. Next would be the hydro bill, which covers your monthly consumption of water and electricity. So Toronto Hydro is the equivalent of Meralco and Manila Water in the Philippines. And your bill will depend on how much you consume per month when it comes to your electricity and water. And most of the friends I was able to ask around said that they are just paying minimal on their bills for Toronto Hydro because water and electricity here in Canada is subsidized by the government. Of course, another perks of having a high level of taxes. Internet bills are categorized in two types. We have the home-based internet and the mobile internet. Of course, your bill will depend on the package that you will select from the service provider. And in my case, I am paying $100 per month for my 30 GB data plan with unlimited domestic calls and texts, limited international calls and texts, and a mobile phone, which is an iPhone 11. Insurances are elective expenses but highly recommended just in case an emergency arises, like for example, a medical emergency that may disable you from working on a daily basis. And if you are a regular employee, most probably your company would also provide you with insurance, of course, premiums deductible to paycheck. In my case, my regular job provided me with insurance, which I am using to purchase medicines on a 90% discount. I also have a critical illness insurance with Sun Life. Banking fees is another expense that you would have to consider when living here in Canada, as credit and debit accounts are a must here. In my case, I am currently paying $16.99 to maintain my debit account and a zero annual fee credit account. So it's a very, very good deal. Thank you very much for that. Loans, on the other hand, apply if you have an active housing mortgage or car loan. In my case, I am still not that much knowledgeable when it comes to that, since I haven't purchased any properties yet here in Canada, but hopefully soon I will, and then if so, I will be very glad to do another vlog for that. Please watch out for that. Next would be the food allowance. So this kind of expense depend greatly on your eating habits and your ability to do a good budget. So in my case, I don't normally eat in restaurants and prefer to do groceries and cook food on my own, which allows me to save a lot of money. On average, I'm only spending around $150 per month for my food expenses. Clothing is another expense that you would have to include in your budget considering the weather conditions here in Canada. So expect to spend a lot when it comes to winter apparel such as jackets, boots, gloves, scarves, bonnets, etc., that would keep you warm during the long cold months. And apart from that, a lot of workplaces here require uniforms and workplace appropriate apparel. So you would really have to save extra dollars in order for you to purchase apparels for your day-to-day work. And last but not the least, of course, the health expenses. Well, if you are a permanent resident or a citizen or a visa work holder, you will automatically get the government health card, which will cover your health expenses from doctor's visit to a lot of medical procedures. But of course, it is worth noting that a lot of people here are student visa holders, which don't have the health cards, or there are also permanent residents or work visa holders that don't have the necessary insurances that will cover the medical needs that are beyond the coverage of Canada's health program system. So if you don't have coverage, you are expected to pay the full amount of doctor's visits, medical procedures if necessary, and of course medications. For example, a doctor's visit can immediately set you back $50 depending on the specialization of the doctor, and medical procedures here can easily surpass thousands of dollars. And of course, medicines, prescription drugs are very expensive here. In my case, my prescription drugs actual cost is $90 per order, but since I have a company insurance, I only pay $5 per order. So that's the big difference between people who have coverage and people who are not. So when you're coming here to Canada, you have to consider that as well. So that's all that I would like to discuss for today. I hope this video helped you a lot and provided relevant information when it comes to living expenses here in Canada. If you have any further questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button and the bell icon to stay connected with my latest uploads. And please share it to your friends who might also be interested to migrate here to Canada for good. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Au revoir.